So let's talk about the Epstein case. At the beginning of this case, I wanted to follow it closely because it matters. Anyone involved in the sex trafficking of children should be prosecuted, locked away, and never allowed to hurt anyone again. Period. That's why the case surrounding Jeffrey Epstein initially deserved real attention. There are real victims, there may be future victims, and this should have been about justice, accountability, and making sure something like this can never happen again. But at this point, it's hard to even take this case seriously anymore. Not because the crimes weren't horrific, but because of what our government officials have turned it into. Instead of a serious, unified effort to uncover the truth, the Epstein case has become nothing more than a political weapon. Republicans only seem to care when Democrats may be implicated, and Democrats only care when Republicans may be implicated. Each side selectively leaks, selectively talks, and selectively acts, depending entirely on who it may hurt. And if credible evidence is ever pointed inward towards someone on their own side, let's be honest, it would be buried, delayed, or quietly ignored. That's despicable. This case involves the trafficking and abuse of minors. It should have never been reduced to a talking point or a political agenda. But that's exactly what it has become. Another front in an internal political civil war where winning matters more than the truth. Here's where I stand clearly and without exceptions. If there is credible evidence that points to anyone being involved in the sex trafficking of minors, I don't care who they are, Republican, Democrat, billionaire, judge, sitting president, former president, they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. No teams, no cover-ups, no scared cows. But that's not how our system works anymore. Instead of transparency, we get selective outrage. Instead of justice, we get carefully timed document drops designed to damage the other side. Instead of doing their jobs, our officials use this case as a political weapon, and for that, they should be ashamed. Because there are real victims who deserved better, and there are potentially future victims who deserve to be protected. The Epstein case should have been a moment of moral clarity for our country. Instead, it exposed just how broken our political system really is. When justice depends on party affiliation, justice doesn't exist. And that's why I honestly don't believe that anything meaningful will ever come out of this case. Not because the truth isn't there, but because neither side is willing to tell it if it implicates their own. Epstein isn't even the scandal anymore. The scandal is what our leaders have done with the truth. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you. God bless.